Hey guys, how are you? So if you're here right now, you are here because you want to either cope with, find out about, or get away from a covert narcissist. My name is Michelle Pava. I'm a licensed psychotherapist, and I am here to help you to feel good about yourself and the people around you. So what I want you to do is, first of all, subscribe, and I want you to ring the bell so that you know when I have new videos and also when I have live videos that you might be able to interact or even watch the interactions. That's always a fun thing. So anyway, a covert narcissist is very different than a grandiose. A grandiose narcissist wants you to be in awe of them. They want to be the sexiest person in the room. They will manipulate and lie and steal and do anything in their power, depending on what range they are, to get to what they want. Okay? Now the lower end narcissist maybe doesn't do that, but the more narcissistic they are, the more toxic they are. Okay? The covert narcissist is different, and they can be just as toxic, if not more, because you won't see it coming. The covert narcissist wants you to feel bad for them. They will be the person who keeps going back to a toxic, dysfunctional relationship that they've already burned the bridge on, they've already made the break from, but they go back to that relationship. Why? So that they have something to complain about in the future. That's really what it comes down to subconsciously. They don't realize they're doing it, but they're just playing out the same cycle over and over again. These are the same people that will claim to have kind of special powers. I know that people can be more or less empath than one or the other, or intuitive. I get that there's different levels to all of that. But the covert narcissist is really good at having a lot of problems in their life, but being the know-it-all about everybody else's life. So like they will not be able to figure out even how to tie their own shoe, it seems, in their own life, but they will tell you exactly what you're doing wrong in your life with such conviction. And it ends up being crazy because they do a lot of gaslighting and they do a lot of woe is me. So they want you to feel sorry for them. And that's probably how your relationship began with them. Probably the first few conversations with them were how other people have wronged them. And you were like, oh, wow, that's horrible. And then they give you compliments. So this is how the covert works. They have a lot of problems in their life. You give them pity. They give you attention and compliments because you've just given them some attention. And that goes on and on and on. Pretty soon, you might be giving them money and more of your time and solving their problems. And every time they have an issue, they're contacting you. What do you think about this? And what do you think about that? They never take your advice almost 100% of the time. So 100% of the time, they're not taking your advice, but 300% of the time, they want your energy. When you start to move away or bring up that they're not taking your advice, you become the villain, just like everybody else was the villain in their life. Why does this happen? Because they are absolutely in dire need of being a victim in every area of their life. That means if they are talking about all of their friends to you, you better believe you're on that list too. You're just not on the wish. They're not stupid enough to be mean to you because they constantly want attention from you. Unless they burn a bridge with you, make a big break, and then they make a very big dramatic apology, joke it off, only to lead you down the path of feeling like they're a victim again so that they can do the same thing to you. And it's like basically they're just pulling the rug from underneath of you all of the time. And in some way, they're making it your fault. You're too hard on them. You don't understand them. You don't get it because you're not, and fill in the blank. A married woman, a single mom, a single dad, a married dad that doesn't have time, somebody that works 2 jobs, somebody that works 1 job, somebody that doesn't work. Like they're always going to have some realm of why they're acting the way they're acting, and they will find the differentiating factors of you and them, and that will be why you don't understand them. It just won't be that they could solve some of their own problems. It won't just be that it's not your fault. It won't just be that if they were in your situation 100%, they would still find reasons to complain, okay? So the covert narcissist is a huge complainer. They usually have health issues that they've brought on themselves or that they could improve, if not cure, they could improve, but they don't want to do anything about it. They'll talk about it, but they won't actually do anything about it. They might actually do a little bit. So they might, if they know that walking is good for them, they might go for walks. But then when the weather turns ugly for whatever reason, too hot, too cold, too windy, too stormy, whatever, then they'll say, well, I can't walk in the house, so that's why I'm fat, because I can't go out and walk. but they won't actually think about, well, I could do Pilates, or I could do yoga, or I could just dance, put on music and dance, or I could clean my house more, I could just get more active, or I could join a really cheap gym, or I could go to the mall and walk around. They won't go to solutions. So they will often start situations and make it look like they're working on themselves, and then something will happen. There's always a drama, okay? So that's what you need to think about. This could have been your parent with addiction, or with a million other things. It could be somebody that you're with right now. It could be friendships that you have. But if you start to notice that there's always the phone ringing when they have a problem, or when you get together, there's always a drama or a focus on their life and what's not working out in their life, if they're not just lifting you up, if they're just sucking you in to get your energy, to make you feel bad for them, or in some way help them, then you're probably with a covert narcissist, because they're getting your energy just like the grandiose does, but they're doing it in a different way. And in the end, it's still your energy going to them. And pretty soon, what happens with some people, and this is especially true in relationships. So say you're, and this is just an example, say you're a man with a woman, and maybe she's a single mom, and you're feeling bad for her because, single moms have it hard, just like single dads do. And she doesn't have a partner who's supportive, okay? And now you're helping her. Now you notice that you're helping her financially. Now you're noticing that she's complaining a lot more. And the more you help her, the more problems that are cropping up everywhere. And the more her problems are becoming your problems. But then you notice she's not doing a whole lot about it other than hoping that you fix them. This goes for women as well. There are women that are doing the same thing with men, and I'm not just saying single parents. I was a single parent. There's a lot of single parents out there that aren't making their situation other people's situation, right? So if you're someone who is not taking responsibility for yourself and you're with someone who is, you might be the narcissist, okay? So a covert narcissist is always going to blame other people. They're always going to make their issues your issues. They're always going to feel like you're not doing enough. So you'll know you're with a covert narcissist when you are helping them and you're helping them above and beyond, right? And you're still not doing enough for them. That's a covert narcissist, because someone that you are helping will understand that you're helping, and they'll be very, very thankful. And they often will want to pay you back, or they'll often do things in some kind of a way to show you appreciation, whether it's a thank you note or whatever it is. They will always do things constantly to make you feel like you're doing something that's really helping them and they are making changes. So if you're helping someone but they're not helping themselves, then you're enabling them. So a covert narcissist loves an enabler, okay? Because enablers are giving all of their energy, and there's this codependency between them, just like there is with a narcissist, a grandiose narcissist. So I want you to think about, who are the people in your life that might have been a covert narcissist? Are there times where you might have been and you didn't even realize it? Where was that coming from? Was it coming from a place of you didn't trust people in your life, and by having them help you, it made you feel love? Because that's often what covert narcissists are really looking for. They're looking for that unconditional love, and they think that help equates to unconditional love. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's often what's happening. So in my practice, that's what I've seen as far as covert narcissists. Think about in your relationships that you might have now, are you enabling or helping a covert narcissist? So what you need to do is get to that place where you're not really helping them and they're not helping themselves, but you're giving them strategies and solutions. You'll especially know a covert if you give them a strategy and solution, step back and let them be responsible, and they drop the ball. And then they get pissed that they dropped the ball and blame it on you because you didn't do enough. So that's also something that happens. So I'd love to hear about your experiences. Please write below. Know that I have free programs on my website. Links are below, Instagram below, my Spotify below, all of that, iTunes below. Definitely subscribe, definitely ring the bell, and let me know who has been a covert in your life and what did it feel like to you? Did it feel like you just couldn't do enough for that person? Or were you with somebody that was a covert and a grandiose at the same time? Because that exists big. So let me know what you would like me to discuss more and your experiences as well. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.